In this video, we are going to show you the summary of Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov. So let's start. The story is told by a man named Humbert Humbert, who writes his memories from prison while waiting for trial. He begins by telling about his youth in Europe, where he fell deeply in love with a young girl named Annabelle. Their love was intense but ended suddenly when Annabelle died. Humbert believes that losing her changed him forever. He says that since then he has been attracted to girls who remind him of Annabelle, girls he calls nymphets, and he spends years searching for something he lost long ago. As an adult, Humbert travels to America, where he plans to live quietly and control his strange desires. He rents a room in a house owned by Charlotte Haze, a lonely widow in a small town. Charlotte lives with her young daughter Dolores, whom Humbert immediately becomes obsessed with. He calls her Lolita. To stay close to her, Humbert marries Charlotte, even though he does not love her. Charlotte believes Humbert truly cares for her and dreams of a happy marriage, while Humbert secretly watches Lolita grow up and plans how to stay near her. One day Charlotte finds Humbert's private diary and learns the truth. She becomes shocked and angry, realizing Humbert never loved her and only married her for her daughter. She runs into the street in despair and is hit by a car and killed. After Charlotte's death, Humbert becomes Lolita's guardian. He takes her on a long road trip across America, traveling through many small towns, hotels, and highways. Lolita is still a child, confused and lonely after her mother's death. Humbert tells himself he loves her, but his love is full of control and fear. During the journey, Humbert tries to keep Lolita away from other people. He fears she will meet someone her own age and leave him. Lolita sometimes cries and misses her friends and normal life. She wants to go to school and live like other children, but Humbert keeps moving from place to place. They visit parks, movie theaters, and roadside motels, but happiness never stays long. Lolita becomes silent and distant, while Humbert becomes jealous and suspicious of everyone. Eventually, they settle in a quiet town where Lolita joins a school play and makes new friends. Humbert tries to act like a normal father, but he watches her closely. He becomes afraid of a mysterious man who seems to follow them during their travels. Humbert's jealousy grows stronger. He argues with Lolita when she asks for freedom and independence. She dreams of escaping his control. One day Lolita disappears from a hospital where she was recovering from illness. Humbert searches everywhere, heartbroken and desperate. He learns she has run away with another man named Claire Quilty, a strange playwright who secretly followed them for years. Humbert feels betrayed and alone. He wanders across America trying to find Lolita, but fails. Time passes, and his life becomes empty. Years later, Humbert receives a letter from Lolita. She is now married to a poor young man and living in a small town, pregnant and tired. She asks Humbert for money, not for love. Humbert visits her and sees she is no longer the bright young girl he remembered. She looks older and worn by life, but she speaks honestly. She tells him she left because she was unhappy and needed freedom. Humbert realizes that what he called love brought her pain and loneliness. For the first time, he feels true sorrow. After leaving Lolita, Humbert finds Claire Quilty and kills him in revenge, blaming him for everything. Humbert is arrested and sent to prison, where he writes his story before dying of illness. Lolita also dies young in childbirth, ending a life filled with sadness. The story moves through memories of highways, motels, and quiet American towns, showing how Humbert's obsession destroys both his life and Lolita's childhood. Behind his poetic words, there is loneliness, guilt, and regret. Humbert begins his story believing he loved Lolita, but ends knowing he only caused suffering. This story shows a man trapped in memory and obsession, and a young girl who lost her childhood too soon. It reminds us that selfish love brings pain, and true love must give freedom, respect, and kindness to others.